Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. It's April the 27th. It's Monday. It's the last trading week of April. Lots to show you. First off, the Dow has joined the group in terms of the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. We have a plus 100. All trends are higher. But what I want to show you today is a couple of stocks. And you can see these little squares around these green triangles. What that means is those signals occurred today. You just mouse over and you can see at 2:25:48 on Monday, April 27th, you had a signal in Tesla. And the market's currently trading at 236.95. So big move up in Tesla. The move is on. We'll be looking at all these stocks in just a moment, but let's start off with Apple, which is the big news story of the day. Apple reports after the close today. It's Q1 earnings, and it looks like they've sold a boatload of iPhones in China. Also, they have the problem of watches, the Apple Watch. They've got millions of people who want to buy it, but they haven't produced it. It's going to take a long time to get these watches into people's hands, and that could be a problem for Apple. But let's see. We just did a special report on earlier this month on Apple. If it's going to hold true to that course, we'll see Apple continue to move higher, probably to the 140, 150 area. So let's see how that plays out. Next on our agenda, the NASDAQ. New highs on the NASDAQ. Can this go high? Yes, we believe it can. We only have to look at what we're seeing here. If you just draw a very simple box from here, from this level here to 5,050, you can see that's 200 points. So I think you're looking at 5,250 on the NASDAQ. So we've got a little bit further to go, maybe 150 points, but it still looks to us like it wants to go higher. S&P cash, that's a new high on the S&P cash. Again, similar pattern. You only have to go from the lows that were here, and we're going to call this 2,040 up to, let's say here, which is 2,120. So you can see the difference, and you just have to project that higher. That would take us up to around 2,200 on this index. So let's see what happens there. But generally speaking, the trend is up. All of our trade triangles are green and looking like they want to go higher. Looking at gold, you can see all of our trade triangles are red, indicating a downward trend. This market has been very choppy, and we are below the 50 line. I would just, for the most part, either want to be short or out of the market right now. Big buy today on Tesla. Let me show you the setup on Tesla, which I think is really, really a good setup, and one we consider to be a very powerful setup. So here we are. We have two lows, and you can see that's basically a divergence on the lows. That's a little bit lower, but then you have this sort of what we consider to be a pivot point right here. So we measure from this level here is 225 down to the lows. We'll call that 185. So that's a total of $40. You add $40 to 225, so it's 225 plus 40, and it gives you 265, which is right up here. That's our target zone for Tesla. Very strong base. You can see this, we've broken out clearly, and this market just wants to go higher. If you get any kind of pullback in the next couple of days, I would want to be a buyer, but our original buy point, you can see here, was 225.48, and that was today. And you could have gotten that position on today. Let's move on. Next stock, we're looking at a very similar pattern. You just have this sort of base building effort, which is really important for stocks. You can see right here, you've broken out clearly to the upside. It looks as though it wants to go higher. Big volume. We're over the 50 line. You can see right here, this is the 50 line, way over that, plus 100, very strong trend. Any kind of pullback, I would say you want to be a buyer in the stock. It looks as though it can go not a lot higher, but maybe to the 11, 12, 13 area. So let's see how that plays out, but that is a clear breakout for the stock. Similar pattern here. You can see the base that was right here. You've broken out to the upside. Clear breakout. Again, you're looking at not an expensive stock. It's CMEX. There's the symbol. And it looks as though it just wants to go higher. Any kind of pullback, I'd want to be a buyer. All these signals occurred today. The last signal was right here. So monthly at 1044. It's 1066. So it's on its way. Like the stock, looks like it wants to go higher. Any kind of pullback, we want to be a buyer. So, hey, this is Adam Hewison. Don't forget, watch the close today. See what Apple really reports and how it plays out in the aftermarket. Have a great trading day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.